This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, 3 local men tested their survival skills in the woods, and the whole thing was recorded for a national TV audience. Their story is coming up. Happy Friday and welcome to Hyperlocal News on FYI on SSPTV. I'm Ken Karen. Here's your Friday headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Last night we told you about a wheelchair ramp that was taken from outside a Hazleton home. The ramp was used by a handicapped child who lives there. Tonight, a silver lining to that story. After hearing of the terrible theft, several people called the Hazleton police wanting to help the Sanchez family whose daughter needs the ramps to get in and out of their home. First, the Hazleton police officer contacted McNeilis Home Care in an attempt to purchase a new ramp. Owner John McNeilis offered to donate the ramp, but the one he had did not accommodate the child's special wheelchair. Then more Good Samaritans came forward. In the end, Joe Booth donated the ramps and actually drove to Sugar Notch to get them. Berger Family Dealerships also offered to replace the ramp. Kudos to everyone who stepped up and wanted to help. A third person has been arrested for allegedly intimidating a witness in connection with the Hazleton homicide. Ramon Cruz Maldonado was taken into custody yesterday by the Hazleton Police Narcotics Unit. He's in Luzerne County Prison without bail. He's the third person arrested for witness intimidation in connection with the execution-style shooting of Jorge Marrero on June 11th. Rafael Mora Polanco is charged with homicide in that death. Mora Polanco's sister and brother both had their charges of witness intimidation bound over to court today. They're being held without bail. The clock is ticking and still no state budget. State Representative Tara Toohill gives us an update on the budget process.
We have not had any progress this week, unfortunately. We went back to Harrisburg. We were there voting this week, but the discussions with higher ups, with the governor's office, there has not been progress. So the budget that we had, so that everybody out there understands, we had a budget that was more money for education. We had a budget that was going to fund human services. So although the governor didn't like certain things that were in the budget, like privatization of the liquor stores, he vetoed the entire budget. So unfortunately, when you veto the entire budget, those human service line items also got vetoed. So this week coming up, I'm going to be meeting with the human service organizations. So you have Victims Resource Center, Community Services for Sight, United Way, anyone with disability services, anyone that gets state funding. Those line items were vetoed also. So I have to be able to sit down with them, figure out how much money do you have until you're going to close your doors. So there's people out there that are going to be affected by a budget, and we're hoping that we can come to some sort of agreement. We had that on-time budget. It was a no-tax budget. It was a good budget. We're hoping that we're going to be able to bring those items back to the governor and have him vote on them. And with items like education, if we want to put more into education or more into certain areas, we can always do an extra budget later.
All right, and switching gears now. Not too many people know that the original working title for FYI was Fat Guy at a News Desk. Okay, I don't think I'm fat, but I'm not as skinny as I was as a 16-year-old intern here at SSPTV. I also don't consider our next guests to be fat, but they're going to be on a national TV show called Fat Guys in the Woods this weekend. We have Adam Dawson, Jim Larson, and Andrew Coomer, and we're here to talk about, they were on the show Fat Guys in the Woods, which will be on the Weather Channel this weekend, Sunday at 9 p.m., so check that out. Now, Jim, you were a fan, you saw the show. I don't know if you're a fan of the show. You saw the show and said, hey, let's apply. How did this all come about?
Well, last year was season 1 of Fat Guys in the Woods on the Weather Channel, and I just happened to catch it one day, and I became a fan of it. I became a fan of theirs on Facebook, and during the off season this year, they actually had a casting call go out on Facebook where they were looking for coworkers or family members, groups, things like that. So I brought it to the attention of Adam and Andrew, and for 3 days we mulled it over, joking around about, oh, let's do this. And on the third day, we finally put in for it. We had to do our bios. We had to tell them why we're fat, things like that. And after a few hours, we actually got contacted from them. And that led into a few Skype interviews with Hollywood. And after about 4 or 5 interviews, we got the notification that they were choosing us.
So it's one of the questions, how do you answer the question, how are you fat? Or how do you reply to?
I don't think they ask exactly how are you fat. They ask your dimension. So like I'm 6'7",
Okay, so
330 at the time.
Right,
so they want to know how big you are, and obviously we're all larger guys.
What in your life led to this?
I see. So it's not like how many Jimmy's hot dogs do you eat. Now the basis of the show, it's not. So the basis of the show is taking average Joes, having them survive in the wilderness. You said it's more about teaching. They kind of teach you how to survive. Now, Andrew, you had experience. You said you're a hunter. So what was your experience going into this? You felt confident?
Oh, I felt very confident going into it. I kind of felt like I was going to be like a teacher with these guys because they didn't really have a whole lot of experience out there. So I thought I would go into it and it'd be pretty easy, laid back, with my hunting and fishing and living on a farm. And then when we got out there, it wasn't exactly what I expected. I struggled just as much as the other two guys did with everything that we did out there.
Now, all three of these gentlemen work for D'Angelo Brothers. If you know anything about D'Angelo Brothers, you know the family also owns the Pines restaurant here in downtown Hazleton. I want to put up this picture. This was their special recently. This is a Cajun catfish. Looks delicious, doesn't it? And this is the delicious food you guys left behind. I want to show you this because it was your birthday, Adam, and here's what was on the menu for the show. These are actually very closely related to shrimp and crabs.
How you feeling, birthday boy? You hungry?
Oh, I'm ready for this. Don't worry. Today is my 39th birthday, and I'm celebrating in the woods.
Kentucky shrimp.
Oh, look at them.
Bottoms up, birthday boy.
All right, here we go. It's kind of gross, but definitely tastes a little 10% like shrimp.
So here's a hashtag while you're watching the show, maybe if you're on Twitter, 10% like shrimp, because they kind of compared that was what, wood lice or something, and you manned up, you really did it.
It was wood lice, and he said it was related to shrimp. So he said, when we cooked it, it would smell like shrimp, it would taste vaguely like shrimp, and we did that. We trusted him. We boiled it, and we ate it, and tasted nothing like shrimp. I think Andrew did say 10% like shrimp, but it was pretty awful. And considering it was my birthday, I wasn't too happy about that.
When you got home, what was the first thing you ate?
A giant ribeye steak, baked potatoes. We had some appetizers. We went to Texas Roadhouse and did some damage.
You guys can see the whole experience. Survival expert Creek Stewart was your guide, I guess, through all of this. Please check them out this Sunday, 9 p.m. That's on the Weather Channel. It's Fat Guys in the Woods. They were a good time to hang out with. You're going to definitely want to watch what happened on the show. How great was it that Adam had like 1.5 feet on me, and that's when my hair was longer. Cool guys, and we'll hear more from them and their experience next week. Well, you're invited to a day of music, ethnic foods, and more, all for a good cause. Sunday marks the 81st annual Ukrainian Seminary Day at St. Nicholas Picnic Grove on Route 901 outside of Minersville. Enjoy pierogi, halushki, potato cakes, and more, plus craft, vendors, games, and fun for the entire family. The Kaska Ukrainian dancers and Double Shot Polka Band will perform. Proceeds benefit the St. Josaphat Ukrainian Catholic Seminary. Meanwhile, Moyer's Campground will host its 4th annual Christmas in July craft and vendor show to benefit Make-A-Wish. The event is open to the public and takes place from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. tomorrow at Moyer's Campground in Wapwallopin. After this break, we have more information on 1940's weekend at Eckley Miners Village and the weather forecast for that big weekend. And in sports, we have some exciting Little League highlights from Section 6 tournament in drums, and Ron Marchetti is here with a sippy drink. Stay tuned.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
The downtown Hazleton Farmers Market was held this afternoon, and it was awesome as usual. And it's not on fire in this shot. That smoke is from Atomic Hog Pit Barbecue, and wow, that smelled amazing. If you missed the festivities this morning and this afternoon, tonight, don't worry. Tonight you can stop by the Pocket Park on Broad Street for a free showing of Despicable Me 2 starting around 8:45. Now here's our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, mostly clear. Our low will be 55 degrees. Looks good for the movie. On Saturday, on the extended forecast, sunny with a high near 82 degrees. Saturday night, we have a 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, mainly after 10 p.m. A mostly cloudy night with a low of 62. Sunday, 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms, but a partly sunny day with a high near 82 degrees. Sunday night, there's a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms. Our low will be 62. Monday looks nice, partly sunny with a high of 83. Monday night, partly cloudy, low of 62. And then for Tuesday, another partly sunny day with a high of 84, another warm day. And Tuesday night, partly cloudy with a low of 63 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazelton. Treat yourself today.
Have you ever wondered what it was like during the 1940s? Or maybe you did live during the 1940s and you'd like to relive them again. You can do just that this weekend at the Eckley Miners Village. And here to tell us all about it is Kristen Bogash. She is the programs coordinator at Eckley. This is the 1940s weekend. It's a really big event.
We have so many World War II reenactors coming. Allied, Axis forces, civilians. We're filling up the entire village. We will have antique cars there, military vehicles. Saturday is our military vehicle parade, a victory tea on Saturday as well. We do have a lot going on.
Now, why is this weekend so important to Eckley?
It takes everyone back in time. This is a time when there wasn't necessarily deep vein mining going on. So there were a lot of miners that were exempted from the war draft and continued to do coal mining in Eckley. So Eckley was heavily impacted by the World War II era. So we want to take people back in time and not only tell them about what it was like in Eckley during the 1940s, but give them an overview of the period as well.
And you want them to have fun so they can actually come out and get in the mood, because you guys are going to be reliving the big band era as well.
Yes, we will have live music throughout the entire weekend. And on Saturday at 3 p.m., we're going to have free swing dance lessons in the village. So that'll be in the Episcopal Church in Eckley. And then Saturday night, we're inviting the public to join us for our 4th annual 1940s swing dance.
Wow. So, and when they come to this, there is an admission fee, but you get a break if you come in costume or come dressed, I should say, according to the era.
Yes. The dance is held at the Freeland Public Park, and it's $10 regular admission, but if you come in 1940s attire uniform, it is only $8.
And this is a big fundraiser for Eckley.
Yes. Our associate group is nonprofit, so we're putting on the event, we're putting on the dance, and this is one of our largest fundraisers of the entire year.
All right, well, the 1940s weekend, this Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 5 at Eckley. The big dance starts at 6:30 at Freeland Public Park. That's Saturday night. For more information, you can go to their website. We hope this is your biggest and best event ever.
Thank you so much.
And we love the way you look, too.
Eckley's cool in any decade. I can't wait for 30 years from now when it's 1990s weekend at Eckley. I'm so there, dressed like Zach Morris. Here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers: pick 2, 87, pick 3, 999, pick 4, 3707, and pick 5, 46571. These lottery numbers brought to you tonight by Boyer Insurance Agency, with 2 locations to serve you, one in Cunningham on Sugarloaf Avenue and another location in Nescopec on Broad Street. You can reach them in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescopec at 570-752-7683. An exciting Little League game. We have highlights next, but first, Adopt Me from the Hazelton Animal Shelter.
Hello again, here I am with Einstein. Einstein is an 11-month-old mixed breed puppy who may have some Shepherd or some Collie or even some Labrador in him. Einstein is already neutered and current on all of his vaccines, and he was also tested for both heartworm and Lyme disease and came up negative. Einstein is very friendly and loves to be around people and requires a lot of attention and affection. Because of his age, Einstein will need a little bit of training, so we recommend experienced dog owners and somebody who doesn't mind long walks and playing in a big yard. That's it for this week's dog. Let's have a look at our cats. And here I have with me Chaz. Chaz is an approximately 1 to 2 year old domestic shorthair who, as you can see, is very friendly and people-oriented and loves to be petted. Chaz, like all our cats, is already tested for feline leukemia and FIV and came up negative for both. He's also neutered and fully vaccinated against rabies and feline distemper. Chaz seems to get along very well with the other cats here, so we recommend Chaz not only for experienced pet owners, but first-timers as well. So if anybody's interested in Einstein, Chaz, or any of the other animals we have up for adoption, please come on down to the Hazelton Animal Shelter at 101 North Poplar Street.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
There's only a few things that can tear me away from playing Batman Arkham Knight on Xbox. Great baseball is one of those things. It's not coming from my Red Sox, but I'll tell you what, the Section 6 9 and 10-year-old Little League tournament at Theory Field in Drums has been quite entertaining. Last night, Lehigh made a big comeback to force a winner-take-all game against Valley West tonight. Early on, it was all Valley West. They took advantage of some errors in the top of the first inning to plate 4 runs, but I counted this as a hit and an RBI for Brett Antolik. He ends up on third base. Nick Hebel bloops this one in and collects an RBI. Now, the other hit you're going to see from him is a blast, but hey, this gets the job done all the same. It's time for a Jacob Moomey playing second base highlight, a new tradition here on this sportscast. What range this kid has. And what a play by Brady Pettit at first to leap, get the ball, and then tag the bag for the out. Top 3, attention Nick Hebel's family. He's going to need a giant Tide to go pen about the size of a baseball bat. He gets a hold of this one, slides into second for the double. There's a sandstorm, but he survives, and he's safe and sound at second base. And that's good because Grant Russo drives him home with this hit, and it's 5-0 Valley West after 3. Before Lehigh started their comeback, check out this shot by Moomey. He's more than just defense. I thought it was gone, and it would have been a big run since Valley West only lost by 1 run. Their head coach Jeff Antolik says they left runs out there, and Moomey, he was stranded at second after this double. Lehigh scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 4th and 6 runs in the bottom of the 6th, including this winning run, and what a shot by Jamie Pezzatine from the Standard Speaker. Honestly, one of the best sports photographers around, not just in the area, but anywhere. With the game tied and a runner on third, Derek Wasco hit a ball to the outfield. It was caught, but Caden Brosino, he tagged up at third base, and he scored the winning run on a close play. Check out Eric Schultz's article in the Standard Speaker. He did a great job of making you feel the drama of this game. They'll do it again tonight at 5:30 p.m. in Drums. The winner takes the Section 6 title and moves a step closer to his state championship. So bonus baseball there in Drums. Now the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. The 10 and 11-year-old Section 6 All-Star Tournament started on Thursday. Valley East, they lost, and they will play again today to try and stay alive in that tournament. Lehigh Valley in the International League, they lost on Thursday. Remember, Russ Kanzler is on the DL with a left oblique strain. Scranton Wilkes-Barre, they picked up another win on Thursday. The Rail Riders are still chasing Rochester in the International League North Division standings. The Rail Riders are only a half game back. Joe Madden and the Cubs just made them switch teams. They host the Philadelphia Phillies this weekend, so that should be exciting for a lot of local fans. And speaking of exciting, Ron Marchetti is here with an orange sippy drink and an awesome story.
We're headed for a heat wave. Hey, this is Short Shots, but I'm starting tonight's show with the trivia question, like, who the heck is this guy here, sipping on an orange drink while talking very calmly to 3 umpires? Hi, everybody, on this July 24th. That's Pittsburgh Pirates manager Bobby Bragan doing his soft drink sipping routine that he performed on this day in 1957, 58 years ago. Well, after being thrown out of this game at Milwaukee's County Stadium, Bragan returned to the field later in the game, sipping an orange drink. Mother of God! Bragan, who offered a sip to the umpiring crew, had intended to be munching on a hot dog as well, but the sandwich never arrived after Bragan ordered it. National League President Warren Giles fined and reprimanded Bragan for repeated, unusual stunts. And 2 days later, after this incident, the front office at Forbes Field told Bragan, while sipping on an orange drink, "You're fired." I hope I don't get fired. Now, why did I do that? Because this was a slow week. Unlike the Women's World Cup soccer team, the U.S. men's soccer team lost this week to the number 76th ranked team in the world, Jamaica, which is being billed as the greatest upset in men's international soccer history. That's like Bucknell beating Alabama in football in Tuscaloosa. Zach Johnson nipped Jordan Spieth in the three-man playoff in the British Open golf tournament at St. Andrews in Scotland, stopping Spieth's bid for a Grand Slam. What else? The Phillies are 5-1 since the All-Star break. The Yankees won 9 of their last 11. Their closer, Andrew Miller, has 22 saved and 22 chances. The Oakland A's traded pitcher Scott Kazmir to the Houston Astros for 2 minor leaguers. Kazmir's ERA this month is 0.47, but he's a free agent at the end of the season. The Cunningham Crusher, Russ Kanzler, got another bad break. He's on a 15-day disabled list because of a leg injury. The Valley West 9-10 All-Stars romped in their Sexton opener over Lenape Valley in Drums on Monday. Then Wyoming Valley defeated Lehigh 5-2 at the Valley East Field to advance to the Section 6 final, which they played last night. They led 7-2 in the bottom of the last, but couldn't hold it, losing 8-7, but not so bad. They're still alive with only one loss in a double elimination tournament. They play again. Good luck to them. They play tonight. Good luck to them and good luck to you. Don't forget Holy Rosary's church picnic tonight and tomorrow. See you Monday. Till then, stay loose.
Be happy it's Friday and go to Bottlenecks for half-price happy hour starting at 6 p.m. They have live music and half-price appetizers.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's social news. First tonight, a very happy 90th birthday goes out to Angie Beischlein. Love from your family and friends. Tonight's Talk of the Town report, the 81st Annual Ukrainian Day will be held Sunday, July 26th from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. at the St. Nicholas Picnic Grove in Primrose. Everyone is welcome to attend for delicious homemade food, themed basket auctions, vendors, crafts, games for all ages, plus live entertainment. Free parking, free admission, and it will be held rain or shine. Proceeds benefit the St. Josaphat Ukrainian Catholic Seminary. For more information, check out seminaryday.org. And finally, Surviving Together, a free support group of the American Cancer Society, Greater Hazleton Unit, will next meet Thursday, August 6th at 6 p.m. at Perkins. Please call Joan 570-426-8222 to register. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Lois Eleanor Kelshaw of Nescopec. Funeral is Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Heller Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m. Lillian C. Stroll of Freeland. Funeral is Monday at 9:30 a.m. from the McNulty Funeral Home. Friends may call Monday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. Antonia Bowman of Hazleton. Memorial is Sunday at 3 p.m. at the Iglesia de Dios Jehovah Jireh in Hazleton. Arrangements are by the Niffin O'Malley Funeral Home. And Peter S. Christina of Highland. Burial will be held at the convenience of the family. The McNulty Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is John Fowler of Mahanoy City. John, if you're watching, give us a call right now, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
My mom, my wife, Ron Marchetti, and Captain Kirk, my favorite people probably ever. That is awesome. Also my grandfather. All right, check out tonight Picks in the Park on Broad Street. Despicable Me 2 for free in downtown Hazleton. Until Monday, take it easy, everyone.